Okay, guys, we are 8-3, we're multiplying polynomials. So 8-2, we multiplied polynomials by monomials. Now we are going to be multiplying binomials by using the FOIL method, and we'll be multiplying polynomials by using the distributive property. Oh, come back, Shane. Here we go. So we're going to use the distributive property to multiply polynomials. We're going to use something called the FOIL method to multiply binomials. And those are one of our vocabulary words is FOIL. We'll learn what FOIL stands for in a little bit, and quadratic expression. All right, so let's just get to it. Just know that body boards have dimensions that are determined by height and skill level of the user, and there is in order to find that out, this is the expression you'd use. So there's your real life situation. All right, to multiply two binomials such as h minus 32 and 1/2 h plus 11, you use the distributive property. And this can be done horizontally or vertically, but guess what? I am just going to do horizontally because that seems to be the method of choice around here. So let's look at this. We're going to be multiplying 2x plus 3 times x plus 5. So what's going to happen, we're going to take 2x plus 3, and we're going to multiply that x plus 5. Notice I write my problem down first. I know it's right there in front of me, but guess what? Just by writing it down, it gets in my brain what are all the parts of this fairly complex problem. We're going to take 2x and we're going to multiply it by x plus 5, and then we're going to take 3 and multiply it by x plus 5. Okay, so here we're going to be using the distributive property to solve this. So then we come up with 2x squared plus 10x plus 3x plus 5. Then, of course, you take your like terms and combine them, and I see that these two are like terms, meaning the variables are in the same form. So then we simplify that to 2x squared plus 13x plus 5. That's not too bad, is it? That's using the distributive property. And just look back a second. What we did is we took this element of the first binomial and multiply the whole second binomial by it. Then we took the second element of the first binomial right here and multiplied the second binomial by that. Distributed each of those, combined our like terms, and then had a simplified answer. All right, let's try something else here. Well, here's another one. Let's look at it. We have x minus 2 times 3x plus 4. Now notice we have a negative sign in front of that too, so that's going to be a little different, right? That's going to be probably what the challenge is going to be here, is keeping track of these negative signs, all right? So doing the horizontal method, what we're going to do is we're going to multiply x times 3x plus 4. So we're going to multiply this first element times that, and then minus 2 times 3x plus 4. Okay? So x times 3x is going to be 3x squared plus 4x times 4 is going to be 4x. And then let me think of it like this, plus a negative. Everybody good with that? So now we're going to multiply negative 2 times 3x, and we're going to get get rid of that parentheses. We'll get a negative 6x, and negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. Okay, so we'll combine our like terms. We'll get 3x squared minus plus 4x, and negative 6x is going to be minus 2x minus 8. That's not too bad, is it? Everybody good with that? Okay, so let's move on. But you have a couple practice problems to do. There you go. Pause your video, do your practice problems. You guys know the routine. All right, there is a shortcut version of the distributive property for multiplying binomials, and it is called the FOIL method. F-O-I-L. So listen carefully. F stands for first terms. O stands for the outer terms, okay? I stands for inner, and L stands for last. So there's how we get FOIL. F-O-I-L. First, outer, inner, last. First, outer, inner, last. I'm going to get rid of the terms. We don't need that. So first, outer, inner, last. Okay, let's identify what the first terms are. The first terms are the x's. Oops, sorry guys. Are the x's in the binomial. Those are the first terms of the binomial. So you're going to multiply them together first. Then you're going to multiply the outer terms. All right? Well, the outer terms are the outside terms, the x and the -2. So then we'd multiply the outer terms together. Okay? Then we're going to multiply the inner terms. 4 and x are the ones that are inside. We'll multiply those two together. And then finally, we'll multiply the last terms. And the last terms are the 4 is the last term of the first binomial, -2 is the last term of the second. And then we multiply those together. All right? First, outer, inner, last. First, outer, inner, last. FOIL. Okay, it's a pretty big concept to learn. You're going to know it like the back of your hand before you're done with this. So, okay, let's try it. So then we just multiply and we get x squared minus 2x plus 4x minus 8. And then you combine your like terms and you get x squared plus 2x minus 8. All right, first, outer, inner, last. So let's try it. First, outer, inner, last. Shall I write that on the page here or so we can see it? First, outer, inner, and last, right? Okay, FOIL. So our first terms are what? The 2y and the 3y. That's what we're going to multiply together first. So we'll take 2y times 3y, all right? And then we're going to take the outer terms plus the outer terms are what? 2y and the 5. So that's the next thing we're going to multiply. 2y times 5 plus inner terms are next. Inner would be -7 and 3y. So we'll multiply -7, -7 times 3y. Those are the inner terms. And finally, we're going to multiply the last terms together. -7 times 5. So plus -7 times 5. All right, and we process. So that's our first step, is to FOIL it. And the second step is to go ahead and do the multiplying. So 2y times 3y is 6y squared, plus 2y times 5 is 10y, plus -7 times 3y is -21y, plus -7 times 5 is going to give us a -35. Combine our like terms here, we get like terms. I'm just going to write LT there for step number 3. So we have 6y squared, and 10y minus 21y is minus 11y minus 35. And we're done. Okay? Oh, and just in reading it, so you'll say the quantity x plus 4 and the quantity x minus 2. So that's just a way to help you remember how to read it. You read it the quantity x plus 4 times the quantity x minus 2. Okay, let's keep on moving here. Let's try another one. 4a minus 5 times 2a minus 9. FOIL, right? First outer, oops. What happened there? That's weird. We'll just write it over here. First, outer, inner, last. FOIL. So first, we're going to multiply 4a times 2a. Those are the first two terms of both binomials, plus outer next. So the outers are 4a times negative 9, plus inners are negative 5 times 2a, and last is negative 5 times negative 9. Okay? 4a times 2a gives us 8a squared, plus 4a times negative 9 is a negative 36a, plus negative 5 times 2a is a negative 10a, and negative 5 times negative 9 will be a plus 45. Combine our like terms, we have 8a squared minus 46a plus 45. All right, let's see what we have written down here to talk about. Notice that when two linear expressions are multiplied, the result is a quadratic expression. Remember, a quadratic expression is an expression in one variable with a degree of 2. So a quadratic expression, here's your definition. An expression in one variable, meaning it only has one variable, with a degree of 2, meaning the exponent is 2. When there are three linear expressions are multiplied together, you're going to get the result has a degree of 3. Okay, here are your practice problems. Pause the video and then do these, and we'll put these up on the board. And it'll be okay if you make mistakes, but you won't. You'll have these down pat, but I'm happy to help you and show everybody how to do these on the board. All right. FOIL can be used for real-world problems. Here's a pretty basic one. A contractor's building a deck around a rectangular swimming pool. The deck is X feet from every side of the pool, right? So you can see here's the pool right here, right? But then the deck is this extra little bit right here and right here, okay? So write an expression for the total area of the pool and the deck. Well, we know that one side is going to be 2 times x plus 20, right? Because this side is x plus 20, and of course this side is x plus 20. And then the other side, I'm going to have to move this a little bit. So we have 2 times x plus 20, and then our width is what? 2 times x plus 15, right? This side is 15 from here to here is x plus 15. All right, and that, what are we writing for the total area? Oh, so we're actually multiplying those guys, aren't we? So what we need to do is figure out what we have to figure out. We're going to multiply the length times the width. I beg your pardon. So the length is, let me go back, guys. So the length is going to be x plus 20, 2x plus 20, sorry, because there's an x on both sides. And here the width is going to be 2 times 2x plus 15, right? Because look, you have an x here and you have an x here. So there's 2 x's that you have to deal with on the width, and there are 2 x's right here that you have to deal with on the length. And then we're going to multiply those. Okay? And then you'd use the FOIL. You'd go to first 2x times 2x, and then outers you go 2x times 15, because those are the outers right here, right? And then the inners are going to be 20 times 2x, and plus the last is 20 times 15. All right, you get 4x squared plus 30x plus 40x plus, what do we have? 20 times 15, is that 300? I'm doing that real fast in my head, and that's correct, plus 300. And you combine your likes terms, you get 4x squared plus 70x plus 300. And there's the expression you could use to find the area of the pool and the deck together. All right, here's a guided practice. See if you can do it. Same thing, same picture, just the pool's longer and wider. All right, distributive property can also be used when we're multiplying two polynomials. So look what we've got here. We're going to rewrite this for ourselves. We have 6x plus 5, so we have a binomial times a polynomial, 2x squared minus 3x minus 5. All right? So we're going to multiply the 6x, the first term, by everything that's here, and then we'll multiply the second term by everything. So let's watch and see how that works out. So we're going to go 6. What doesn't it like? Doesn't like something. 6x times 2x squared plus 6x times negative 3x plus 6x times negative 5. All right, you see I've multiplied the 6x by every single thing in that polynomial. Now I'm also going to multiply the 5 by that. 5 times the 2x squared plus 5 times the negative 3x plus, sorry, let me do that again. I didn't write that like I wanted to. Sorry, guys. So we're just going to go 5 times 2x squared plus 5 times negative 3x plus 5 times negative 5. All right? There's a nice long expression for you. So let's combine our like term. Let's do our math first. 6 times 2 is 12x to the power of 3, right? There's a 1 here and a 2 here. So that's going to be 12x to the power of 3 plus 6x times negative 3x will be a negative 18x squared, and 6x times negative 5 will be negative 30x, and 5 times 2x squared will be plus 10x squared, and 5 times negative 3x will be negative 15x, and 5 times 5 will be negative 25. Okay, we got it to be a little shorter. Now let's look for our like terms. What do we have? We have these two guys are like terms, and we have these two guys are like terms. Okay, so let's combine those. We'll get 12x cubed, negative 18x squared, and 10x squared gives you a negative 8x squared, negative 30x and negative 15x give you a negative 45x minus 25. And I think we got it. Cool? So just to review, you take each term, oops, didn't want to do that. You take each term of the first one and multiply it by everything in the second one, and then you'll take the 5 and multiply it by everything. All right? Just have to keep everything nice and organized, neat and tidy. Those of you who have a difficult time writing neat numbers and staying tidy will struggle more. So let me just say it. Don't rush through this. Write everything down. Let me think. I could name about 4 or 5 names right now off the top of my head, but I won't shout you out. But you know who you are, right? Okay. Oops, for some reason we went backwards. Let's go forwards. 2y plus 3y minus 1. Here we're multiplying 2 polynomials. Let's see if I can Stop that, get rid of that. I'm going to try and slide this up because it looks like we're going to need some serious room here. Okay, here we go. Where'd you go? Over there. Come back. All right, here we go. We're going to multiply 2y squared first. That's the first one we're going to multiply, and we're going to multiply it by all of these terms. So here we go. I'm going to start way over here. 2y squared times 3y squared plus 2y squared times negative 5y plus 2y squared times 2. All right? Now I'm going to multiply, yes, the 3y times everything. Okay? So that will be plus 3y times 3y squared plus 3y times negative 5y plus 3y times 2. And now I'm going to multiply the negative 1 times everything. So that's pretty easy. I'm just going to have to change the signs. Minus 3 plus a negative 3y squared plus 5y minus 2. Right? All I had to do was change each of the signs to multiply by negative 1. All right, let's look for our like terms. So, oh no, let's multiply it out first. We get 6y to the 4th plus minus 10y cubed plus 4y squared plus 9y y to the 5th. Is that right? Did I mess up someplace here? Oh no, I'm not reading my handwriting. See what I'm talking about reading your handwriting? 9y squared minus 15y plus 6y minus 3y squared plus 5y minus 2. Okay, what's alike? Well, there's nothing. There's only one 6y to the 4th, so we're good there, right? Then we have a y cubed, negative y cubed. Do we have another cubed? Seems like we should. Where am I missing it, guys? Are you guys seeing it? Whew. Well, let's just write, maybe I'm not missing it. Minus 10y cubed, and then we have, let's circle our y squareds, okay? We have a 4y squared, we have a 9y squared, and we have a negative 3y squared. So let's add all of those together, and we get 13y minus 3y squared, so we're going to get minus, right, 10y squared I bet you can hardly wait to do one of these on your own, right? I feel like I'm messed up here, guys. Minus, maybe you'll show me my mistake tomorrow. And here we have a 15y and a 6y and a 5y. So we'll add all those together. We get negative 20y plus 6y will be minus 4y minus 2. Well, I definitely messed up. All right, we'll do this one again tomorrow in class. You get the hang of it. You guys show me my mistake. I will give bonus points to anybody that does this problem correctly and shows me where I made my mistake. I'm not going to waste too much time with you guys on it tonight. If my video isn't too long, I'll come back to this problem in a second and we'll redo it. But I'd rather not do that to you. We're already at 24 minutes, so let's keep moving here. Here's your guided practice. Good luck with these. Pause it, do it. And then finally, this one's just out of sequence. Well, this is another FOIL problem. And it should have been up further in the video, but you can see it'll be 2y minus 7. We'll do it for practice because I know you guys would like to watch another example of a FOIL, right? First, outer, inner, last, okay? So first will be 2y times 3y. Outer will be 2y times 5. Inner will be negative, plus negative 7 times 3y, and last will be negative 7 plus negative 7 times 5. So 2y times 3y is 6y squared plus 10y. Did we already do this one? Minus 21y minus 35. And we combine these guys, we get 6y squared minus 11y minus 35. Okay? Let's go back really quickly to that other problem and do it again. We'll just get it started. It won't hurt you a bit to see it. And so, actually I've already told you you could correct me and get a bonus. So we'll do this one in class. If anybody gets it, great. If not, we'll do it in class tomorrow. All right, you're done, I think, right? Done. We did those. We did that. Okay. Bye, guys.